Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. I'm actually excited for today's review because this gun actually came out a few days ago. It is the Kimber KDS9C. We're gonna go ahead and get into this review. If you look right up here, it has front and back serrations along with a fiber optic front with a blacked out rear that has adjustable windage and elevation. Now we did do research over it. The website did say that the trigger is between 3.5 to 4.5 pounds. I'm leaning more towards it feels about 4 pounds, give or take. Now the other thing is it's optic ready slide cut for RMSC and Holosun K series. Now, the other thing is that the frame is aluminum and the slide is steel, so that makes it weigh about 25.3 ounces. So this is a very light gun. Now it does come with 2 magazines that hold 15 rounds. So we're gonna go ahead, load up those magazines and get into shooting. So today we are going to be using the Winchester 9mm and 115 grain. We are doing again 100 rounds. Like I mentioned previously, cameraman did shoot about 200 to 300 already. So we're gonna put another 100 through it. These are the two magazines that it does come with. And then I didn't mention, but this is actually the bag that we got with it when we did purchase it. It does come with a few things that you normally get whenever you purchase a gun, but I think it's a little pretty bag, not too basic, you know, at least something to hold it in, and it's just small and tiny. But we're gonna go ahead, load these 2 magazines and get into the shooting. And I'm ready. We're gonna go ahead, get it started and get shooting. Alrighty, so we got our magazines loaded. Just go ahead and get into this. I'm already excited enough. Alrighty. There we go. Missed a few, not too bad. Haven't shot in a bit, so I would say a little bit rusty, but I am loving it so far. It is beautiful, it is nice. Only thing I will say, my hands are getting a little bit too sweaty just because it is very hot out here, so it is harder for me to keep a grip on it. One thing I am just struggling personally just because of the weather out here, but overall I am loving it. It is wonderful so far. We got our second magazine right here. I'm just gonna jump straight into it because I want to test this baby out more. Why won't you go? There we go. Got it now. Oh, my bad. Alrighty, I feel like I did a little bit better this time. Flinched a little bit. Don't know why I did that, but I'm actually liking it so far. I will say the trigger is amazing. It is super light, like I mentioned earlier. I feel like it's probably actually lighter than 4 pounds in my opinion, but I am loving it. Now the slide on this thing, it has no magazine in here. The slide is easy to use. I'm having a little bit of struggle, like I mentioned, my hands are a bit sweaty, but I am liking the grip it has on there. Pinched myself to be able to pull it back, so it is lovely. Pulls back easy. Having fun. I'm gonna go get more rounds in these magazines so we can shoot more through it. Alrighty, so we just got done filling both of our magazines up. They're all loaded. One thing I will mention that I actually really do appreciate is that these magazines are very easy to load. There's other times that I have problems loading magazines or that I can't get all the way, all the rounds in there, but this one I have no problem putting all 15 in there. Didn't need no help or nothing at all. So I did like that. This is very easy for me. And like I mentioned, there's other magazines that I have struggled with, but have not had any struggle with this at all. But enough talk, let's get into more shooting. definitely had some trouble there in the beginning. I do feel myself flinch every once in a while, and I feel like the reason why I'm flinching is because the trigger is just so light, and I'm just not used to it right now. I'm not used to very light triggers, so I feel like it's like, okay, wait, what is going on here? Got another magazine. Let's get into it. Went a little bit faster, but I had fun. I was sad that went by quicker than I expected, but just shows how well this thing is. I am loving it. Getting more magazines, or not more magazines, we already have two. We're gonna go load our magazines real quick, and I think we'll go a little bit further back. Alrighty, so we're down to our last two magazines. I'm gonna get into shooting. If we do have enough time, I am gonna get some footage of cameraman showing a little bit of distance with this gun, but let's go ahead and get into these last two. Oh, there we go. I knew we had one left. My eyes deceived me. I love this thing. It is beautiful. I do love the sights on it. I have mentioned in the previous videos, I do like fiber optic fronts with the blackout rear. I do love those types of sights on here. One of my favorites. My thumbs are so small. Last one. Oh, well, I missed those last two. That's okay. But I do enjoy shooting this gun. I love it. It's wonderful, amazing. One thing I will mention, I was saying my thumb's a little too short. Sometimes I forget my thumb can't reach. I got to bring it around up to push it down. But still, I love where it's at. It's very nice, easy to push down. It's actually a good length if I have my hand properly and not so far back. But I am gonna go probably load a magazine up, get some of cameraman with a little bit of distance, and then we'll do our final review.
Okay, so the Kimber KDS-9C. You guys have kind of heard Bianca's opinion about it. You've seen her shoot it a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a man's perspective here. So one thing I don't know if she mentioned, and maybe she forgot, but it does have a fluted barrel, so that's pretty cool. And it does also have a crowned barrel. This weapon is not loaded, of course, otherwise I wouldn't be pointing it towards the camera. But there you go on that one. The slide release works very well. She's optics ready. She's got a lot of cuts on the slide to make it easier to manipulate, which is cool. Got this like grenade-like texture on the grip, and I think it could be a little bit better. It's not bad. It does grip, but it's not like something like actual checkering. But it's good enough. I'll put it that way. And the sight is adjustable, just the rear one. The front one's just stationary. And it's only adjustable for elevation. The windage, you have to drift it actually. It might look like that's actually a set screw for the elevation. So, but that's enough talking. Let's do a little bit of shooting. We're here just a little bit past where Bianca left off, and we'll kind of see how it goes here. Oh, missed two of them. But I haven't shot this thing a whole lot, so that's to be understood. Back up a little more. Take our time, try to do a little bit more precision. There we go. There's one there. Back up a little bit, maybe to about here. See if we can put a few in from here. Back up a little more. Starting to get a little bit harder. But let's see if we can put some in from About right here should be 50. We're still good enough on ammo. Let's try it. Not too bad. Got to. Not too bad. But overall, recoil's nice and flat. I wouldn't call it snappy by any means. It's aluminum, so you gotta expect that it's not gonna, you know, mute the recoil as much as something like a steel frame. But overall, pretty smooth, pretty good. Back to Bianca for her final review.
Alrighty, so we did move the table a little bit further back because there's a lot of wasps where we were at, and I'm not trying to get stuck in the middle of a video, but our final thoughts over the Kimber. I love this thing. It is just so pretty, beautiful, and it shoots really well. And it has the serrations in the front and back, which I personally love. I love having a gun with serrations. If it doesn't, that is okay. Now, I am a big fan of the fiber optic front with the blacked out rear. I've mentioned in previous videos before, that's typically one of my favorite sights to use if I'm able to. Now onto the trigger. The trigger is really light. I do love how light the trigger is. I do appreciate a very light trigger. It makes it so much easier to shoot with. Sometimes it does take a while for me to adjust to it. That's why you see me flinch every so often in the video, but I love how light it is. It makes it so much easier for me. Now the grip texture on it, personally for me, I actually do like the grip texture. I feel like it's really good. I can put my hand around it. I get a good, you know, grip around it. I like how it's in the back and in the front. And the back right back here isn't so bad on my hand as to other guns. It's left marks on me. So I do like that I can hold it very well. The other thing is that it does come with 2 magazines. Like I mentioned, these are 15 rounds. I can't remember if I've mentioned it before or not, but what I do really like is that these are so easy for me to use. Other magazines, I've had problems putting ammo in, and towards the last, you know, few ammos I have to add in there, I have trouble. I cannot put it in there. I have to get somebody else to help me out. With these, I had no problems. I could fill it all the way up. Did it all by myself. I love when I can do that because it makes it so easy, especially if, you know, I have it with me, I'm by myself, you know, when shooting on my own, and, you know, I have to do it myself, and, you know, this makes it a little bit easier, so I do really appreciate that. Now the other thing, it does come with this little bag right here, the little cute gray bag, and it does have multiple compartments, of course, the basic things that you need. Now the other thing is that this is a holster. This is the only one that we found so far that is compatible with this one. It is the 1836 leather. This is the only one, like I mentioned, that we have found so far that is compatible with it. And it does work really good with it, so we keep it in the little back for now. But I do like it because it has this front compartment right here, this third one, and then it also has a last bigger compartment. So I feel like if you have more stuff you want to put in here, it is a good enough size that you can add a lot more in there. So, but overall, I do like this gun. I love shooting it. I would actually put this in my top 3. For right now, this is in my top 3, and I wonder if maybe something else will make it get kicked out, but right now it's going to be in my top 3. I'm just going to say that. But I love this gun. I can't wait to shoot more out of it. Oh, another thing to mention is that we have shot roughly around 500 rounds in it with no malfunction, which is pretty impressive because this was brand new when we purchased it. But overall, have to love it. Give it a great review. Honestly wonderful. But that concludes today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below, and share this video with your friends and family. Catch us next week with another video. Also, check us out on Instagram at Texas Latino Tactical, along with Patreon, that's Texas Latino Tactical. But we'll see y'all next week. Bye!